Well, hello everyone, I'm Xeff, and we're going to continue with Dark Forces. The Dark Forces. Yeah, well, as you can see, we're on the U5 today. It's got twice as much RAM as when we saw it in Doom, but that shouldn't really make a difference to the performance of the game. It'll run in 8 meg Dark Forces, and I think generally does. The RAM that was in here I don't think was working properly. We've got other problems with the machine. The hard drive interface, the host adapter card might be going bad. Loses contact with the hard drive every now and then freezes, and I have to leave it off for a while. Because I keep getting corrupted CMOS RAM and having problems with IRQs, I can't help but wonder if this is early onset IPC failure, which has killed quite a few of my machines now. And yeah, this does indeed use a clone of the same chip, so it won't be immune to that problem. Start with CD-ROM. I need the CD, I haven't cracked it. Yeah, with any luck it'll do enough, because it shouldn't be, well, I don't know, because it's going to put a load of demand on the CD. Oh no, I don't want that. CT mouse. There we go. So control break to quit out of that, by the way, because you wondered how I did that. Works in a lot of applications. It always startles me when it doesn't work in modern operating systems. I've got to skip the intro, obviously. I'll meet you at the menu. Alright, this didn't occur to me, because obviously it's a fresh install, so I'm going to have to play up to the 4th mission. That's no problem. I don't mind doing that. I like this game. So, well, I'll meet you when I've done that. That's interesting. Because my PC can't do full screen. It's almost a tango, but it's almost a military match. The two things are very similar, which is pretty funny, you know, when you think about it. Actually, that's something we're going to run into in a game I want to live stream at some point. Yeah, here's the thing for you. This map uses, like, logic sectors and stuff. You can see off the side there, there's little triangles, just like we do it in Duke. Pretty cool, eh? Oh, there's one in the distance down there as well. Isn't that neat? Oh, that's interesting. Like, the flirty water doesn't do the... like, it has no syntable equivalent used for it. I assume the game probably has one, but I don't use it for the water. You see, in Duke Nukem 3D, the water that sort of ebbs up and down is done with a sector effector that's called flirt, which is quite an interesting thing, because it's one of the only things in the game that will use a floating point unit, because it handles it as a slurped floor, whether it slurps it or not, it seems. It's how they do the waves in the water and stuff, and it uses lookup, like an array essentially. It's called syntable. It's... well, yeah, you'd use it for something like that, because you'll get a sine wave out of the water, essentially. So it's slower, like, towards the pinnacle and, like, the lowest point of its travel. Yeah, this is just linear. Oh, shit. Oh, there's probably nasties in here. Video nasties. It's like Chewbacca. Chewbacca, bruv. Alright, so we're on to Mission 4, the planet Fest. Imperial Weapons Research Facility. I think this one caused a lot of people to come unstuck, and I don't remember the layout of it either by now. Still, I actually do think it's one of the more memorable missions. It's pretty cool. Moff Rebus, Muff Marfin. Designed the prototype weapons for the Dark Troopers. He wouldn't reveal much under questioning, or reveal something to you if you reveal something to me, lav. But during one of his rants, he revealed, "You should have seen the results of our tests on Fest. My weapons are going to put a lot of holes in a lot of rebel scum." Dear me. Crixmere Dean has confirmed the existence of an Imperial weapons site on the planet Fest, doing metallurgical research on new alloys. Knowing what kind of metals they're using will give us definite clues as to the Dark Troopers. I'll drop you in an old landing area far outside the base, surrounded by rocky cliff areas. Be careful, one bad move and you'll be a crater. The base itself is buried deep within the rock, with an access-controlled front encampment that protects it from a strong frontal attack. Or why you give me a bit of a strong frontal attack, love, if you know what I mean. Find other openings. Yeah, I think that's kind of the point, actually, if you know what I'm saying. That may provide it. Who wrote this? It's asking for trouble. When you've completed your mission, we're going to do missionary as well, are we? Well, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll pick you up at the drop point. I've done it all since then, man. Fucking, shagging, screwing. So when did you break your duckling, Sid? Otherwise it's just the way you like it. Oh yeah, the way I like it on your own. God damn it. They did that on purpose. Infiltrate the base. Oh, I mind infiltrating, if you know what I'm saying. And find some samples of the metal they're testing. Return to the landing area. Well, that sounds simple. It's anything but... No, it's a cool mission, this. UP8Y informs me Dark XL is basically dead, and it's the Force engine that is, like, the currently maintained sort of, like, rework, like... Well, whatever, I hope it's good, you know, because this game does deserve a good way to play it on modern machines. Not everybody has this old shit at their disposal, and as we discussed, it's prohibitively expensive for reasons. Tick mark shitheads mostly. Oh, found a cheap stock of, you know, unsold stock of these garbage sound cards. I'm going to make a video saying they're really good, and hey, look, you just conveniently buy them now for like, you know, $120 or something. Will happen. Yeah, just leave me. Oh, for fuck's sake. She's not very nice, this journal's. Hot and cold. That's kind of fun, I suppose. The thrill of the chase. I'm definitely going to borrow some of the textures in this for New Invasion 2. But yeah, this level, I mean, it told you in the mission brief. This level, it's quite... One of these opens, but it might only open from the other... No, we can do it backwards. Shit, it's dark in here. Is this something I really want to play with? I don't think there's any reason to go this way. This video might end up long, because I probably am going to explore a lot. I know I complain about speedrunners a lot, but have you ever noticed how most of the games that get speedrun are games that are not fun to play, and like, are just frustrating and shit? You know, it's always like Doom or like Mario 64, which is what I was on about when I was playing Doom. Well, that'll kill us, let's not go there. You know, how we resorted essentially to speedrunning techniques to skip out parts of it that were pissing me off right near the end. That's when you start speedrunning. Oh, I think that's where we want to be. You know, speaking of speedrunning, there is a thing that you can actually do in this game. Check that out. You can essentially rocket jump this game. No, there's nothing here for me. This must just be a return path. I'll probably do editing to remove the inconvenience. I think you can actually sequence break it through here, but I respect the game too much to do that. Like, even if that had got me where I wanted to be, I would have probably just come back down and wandered off. Also, you can't squish from walking in geometry like that in this game. It's not like, say, Blood. Worth knowing. I'm walking here where it's... because I know it's safe there. So there's no point in me, like... I think you need to go this way, and there's a jump you've got to make, but I don't remember my way around. But we are, in part, showcasing the game, and so I can showcase, I know there's a mister behind me, just how large the levels in this thing can be, because this game is more than capable of doing some pretty massive levels. Well, I suppose I could tell you, I have had my first appointment with the new dentist. And, yeah, she's alright. It seems like she's probably pretty good at dentistry as well, so, yeah, no, I'm not going to have problems with that, I don't think. I mean, she's got, like, pretty big knockers on her. Like, she's blonde, and has, like, Botox lips, so... Obviously, her being good at her job is the most important thing, but I'm not gonna... Oh, look, I'm up here. I'm not gonna say no to having a bit of eye candy at the same time. The assistant girl's not too bad either. Looks a bit like Charmaine Gradwell. I mean, I imagine anyone knows who that is. That was a keyboard malfunction. That's not a problem. We get to see what happens when you lose a life. I did explain it, and it's as I explained. You get sent back to like a nearby kind of breadcrumb, maybe you'd call it. Yeah, there's one of these we need to diverge, and we need to get high up, I think. It took me ages to figure this level out as a kid. If you know where you're going, it's quick. If you don't know where you're going, it's lengthy. I'll go sort of lengthy. But again, the game isn't penalising us for going the wrong way, so we get to showcase it. There's like pink edging around that on the right. I don't know if you saw that. I wonder if that's the video card doing that. Or somewhere in the AD conversion. Because we are obviously converting to a digital signal to get it into the capture card. I think this is it. I think we're on the right path. Basically, we have to get in through the ventilation. Yes, here we go. Remember this. Dark side. Don't you think? Like, I know it's just some supporting things, but there's just the general layout here and everything. Don't you reckon? And when I was on about we go in through the ventilation, which is right here, I believe. Yes, I definitely think Duke Nukem 3D took a lot of cues from this game. We know it did. There's no denying it. You know, you don't see... I mean, there will be people doing it, but you don't see a lot of people speedrunning this game. This game plays well, so why would they? Let's use those in case there's... Stupid robots! A bit of a waste of a battery. I think there is something nasty down here somewhere. Oh, there is. Look at them. Yeah, these fucking turrets, man. They'll fuck you up. We don't gotta worry about them now. You see what I mean? We made use of game mechanics there. Use these intermittently. Not that I remember ever running out of batteries. Oh, yeah, it's like a bit of a skill jump, isn't it? Because I have to use the crouch button. I find that fucking hilarious. The Jedi's are there trying to get them with a lightsaber. My wrist cracked then. And you've got Catan coming in just like punching them. Oh, we got a good shot in there. Yeah, this mission I think is where you really start seeing what this game has to offer you. A little bit of a difficulty ramp, not too much of one. Oh shit, turrets. There's turrets in here. Yeah, shit. So they are a thing in this level. Ewoks suck. Yeah, they do as well. I don't even know what an Ewok is. Second. Oh, fucking yeah. You see what I mean? Verticality. Weapon travels in an arc. I'd like to see it side on and see if that does like a synturble equivalent, because I'm kind of certain that pipe bomb lobs and mortar lobs in Duke 3D, they do travel in an arc. Like, it's not like a triangle wave, like, you know, if you were watching it side on. and like drew a line along. You know, it is actually an arc. And I'm quite sure it uses Syntable to do it in Duke 3D. A lot of things use Syntable. The walking thing, you know, you have the bob when you walk, which this game does as well, and you can turn it on and off. It definitely uses it. Earthquakes use it. If you look at the way they essentially put the screen in a sort of circle when they're happening. This is timed. This is definitely timed. I didn't look at the time when I started recording. I'll have to take a second to do that at some point. This mission is long, so there's maybe only 1 or 2 missions today. The next mission's not that long, I don't think, so... yeah, it might be a 2-mission video. Yeah, the music's telling you, like, how you want to play this. Like, you want to be going slow. There's another turret over there, I think. Yeah, there is. You can see the sparks from it. Well, not really what I've definitely hit it, because now it's going fucking balmy. Oh, good. That finished him off. Yeah, these will make mincemeat of you if you just go running under them. So don't be doing that. Like, they're quite a serious threat, these turrets. The green lasers, it turns out, do more damage than the red, well, lasers. Amuses me how sci-fi lasers are always... oh shit, it got a hit. Sci-fi lasers always travel slower than the speed of light. And we have alerted the guards. We've wiped out one of the guards, but yeah, looks like this one's going to be a bit harder to deal with. Okay. Yeah, play it slower. Play it slower. Maybe that's why the speedrunners don't mess with this game as much, because it is like a slower pace. I mean, you definitely can play it fast, but it's not something like... again, not my kind of thing. You know, if you want fast stuff, you go to those people. I like to enjoy the game. I like to observe and analyse and see what I'm getting into. And go sit back. You know, again, look at that. It's like, yeah, I just battered you with those turrets. You didn't know they were there. You know, you would have took quite a drubbing from them. Again, doesn't steal from you. And there is a thing, you know, it's... you don't want to make the game too easy, but you don't want to unnecessarily murder the player all the time. Because it breaks your immersion. And if we go back to when we were playing Haunting Ground, when you actually think about it, a far chunk of the time you're not in any real danger, but you feel like you are, and it's very good at conveying that. And it's quite difficult to do that well. You know, you feel like you're just barely surviving. This area's weird, because it almost feels like there was meant to be more level here, but I don't think there is. Let's do something. This is technically a cheat, I just got it to fill the map in. It doesn't, because I know the level anyway, it doesn't really matter. I just wondered if there was any sort of leftover geometry out there or something. Anything to hint at it connected to anything at any time. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Wipe it out, get rid of it, kill it. Oh, glad I came this way. I don't need batteries. I don't use them. Does it take batteries, love? Yeah, it used to be one of my favourite jokes of my dad to say about my mum. Every fucking Christmas. I bought her a rolling pin. The first thing she did was ask where the batteries go. sort of, see, the explosions set the guards off. It's sort of one of those things I find weird, though. You know, I said I am a Star Wars fan. Yeah, my brother, massive Star Wars fan. He's well into the, like, Star Wars stuff, or he was. Well, if he isn't, anyway, I'll have to ask him next time I speak to him. But I just find that interesting, how you can share so many genes with somebody but be so different. Because, you know, we get along fine and everything, but if you saw us in the same room, you probably wouldn't realise we were relatives. If you heard us speak, you'd never realise. And sort of things like that, he finds that gross, you know. He finds that sort of thing disgusting. Whereas, to me, it was always like, well, my parents are human, so, you know, what do I think they do when I'm not around? Like, you know, seems logical to me. We'll go back that way. I think that goes that locked up front of the building that they were telling us all about.
You're not authorized in this area.
Oh dear. Oh, maybe this bit goes there. Yeah, you can see that turret made mincemeat of me. I didn't know it was there. I forgot about it. Yeah, so if we'd continued down that other path, we'd have ended up outside here. The doors are now open, and it's full of fucking turrets, so... And we got the key card. You know, if you can remember the symbols, you don't need to get the key cards. This thing's pretty neat, actually. Do I want to go back this way? Where was that turret? Bastard thing. Yeah, so this is the entrance. Yeah, they're in there. I don't think we need to go this way. Thing is, now it's trained on me, it's going to stay pointing this way, so... Like, even if only for a moment. Might as well take them out, because if we do need to go this way later, we might be, like, harting on resources. And as I don't fully remember the level. Yeah, I remember getting in here, though, and just being like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's all impassable, and it took me ages to get in here. Like, you can drop down through that. Lots of overlapping geometry out here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll probably play with this later on. We need to get back in there and get those sample metals for now, but... And that may have rendered some areas unreachable. I'm not really concerned. Yeah, I said that, haven't I? This PC's, it's not well, so it might actually crash on us, which is very unlike the U5. Yeah, it would be unusual for there to be something wrong with it. Right, I got the key card, so... Yeah, that needs to be back up here. I'm just going to my bearings. So there should be... I think there was a small door that I walked around, and I believe that's where we need to go. Now, if we went that way fast, and I should have done it really to demonstrate, if we went that way fast, the game wouldn't really have penalised us for doing it. But yeah, I sort of stopped myself short, didn't I, when I was talking about that whole thing. Like, yeah, when you design a game, just killing the player all the time breaks their immersion. It takes you out of it. Like in a game like this, you can do it a little bit, but you do it too much, and all it's going to do, I think that's a return path there, all it's going to do is make the player, what is it, 3 Pyramid D or something, I think. All it's going to do is take them out of the game. It's going to break their immersion, and you don't really want to do that, because then they just don't feel attached to the game. 3 AD. Okay. Yeah, code cards. They're really just multi-switches. 3... idea. Only recently have I noticed how much the text font in this game looks like a legible version of my writing, which is pretty weird. I have seen writing like mine in other places. One of the animators on the raccoons seems to have written like I do. Stupid gods. Yeah, can't quite remember how the puzzle works, but I know what the objective is. It's pretty difficult actually, because it's almost like platforming that you've got to do. Which is a little bit of a contentious thing in fast-passing games, I think. Never go at the top fast, but there's a turret, isn't there? So I probably want to be looking up. This place is weird. It does feel like evil, radioactive, Imperial shit, doesn't it? Yeah. So as soon as I get out there, that thing's going to start shifting, I think. There's your turret. Not really in a good state to be dealing with them. You're a bit kamikaze, I think. Might be our best shot. We've got to finish it. Any more? Yeah, there's more. That fucker over there. Oh, gotta get the controls to work for you here. I might have to take a death. Still, how's the performance feeling compared to Doom? We did play Doom on this machine. Somebody's probably going to give me, oh, well, you added more RAM. Really shouldn't make that much of a difference. Neither game really uses this much. I mean, it might utilise it, but I'd be surprised if it even utilised that amount. Resources in this game are really quite small. Have to be for the hardware it was going to run on. Right, yeah, there's our sample. That's what we need. So, isn't it like an up-down puzzle? I think it is. There we go. And this rotates it, right? Yeah. Okay, so you're maybe not doing this in the most efficient order here, but... What if we send it down to there, and then go up? One by one. Do we have to do them in a specific order? Makes elaborate use of effectors, this game really, doesn't it? Like, you've got them, so flaunt them. Yeah, baby, do it. Okay, what has that done? Not sure what that did for us. Don't quite remember. As I say, it's been a long time since I've been in here. Haven't had time to sit and play this game, I think really since I streamed it a few years back, so... It really should, you know, my memory's not infallible. Now, will it raise in steps or will it come back to the top? You can cheat it, because you can do both these at once, you know. Because you can sort of get on that while it's moving, like if you line it up right. But we'll humour it. As I say, I like this game, I'm quite happy to play the game by its own rules. Somebody took time to make this, you know, I wouldn't want to disrespect them. I wonder what that noise was on the Switch. Is that something to do with... maybe... perhaps... like, because that's a moving object, and maybe it's technically already a moving object. Not quite what I wanted. Okay. Yes, essentially you can... what we could do is send it to the bottom, and we can get there before before it goes, like, back up, basically. We can run there and catch it on the way up, and you can get to that top platform. That's how you would do it. I think this makes this thing move. No, it opens... Alright, cool, I get it. But I think it moves when I stand on it, doesn't it? This is elaborate, this level, isn't it? Like, we didn't get anything like this over in the Land of Doom. I think you can just spam the switches. I don't think it breaks this. As I say, it's pretty solid, this game. It's unusual for something to break in it, but I believe once I touch that, it's going to start moving this platform.
I found some interesting looking metal. I think this may offer some important clues.
That's all we need. Let's get out of here. I'm getting nervous.
So I could leave that way, I suppose. But I'll make a break for the exit over there. Yeah, that's hearty. Hearty floors. No, don't send me back down to my bed because I'm pummeling the stick. Well, the key. Oh man, that Jador's pummeling my stick. If you know what I mean. So yeah, there we've got to leave. I wonder if there's any items if I backtrack. Any shields left? I don't think so. I think we had them all. We shouldn't be too bad now. It does exhaust you a bit, this level. You know, that's not bad execution, really. It's balancing it about right. Way out. It's on the left, isn't it? There's two ways we can go, and I think we want to go leftwards. Like here. It's a bit weird though, because you'd think the grand entrance would be through that door, so that makes me... Oh, I am right. Always have to be cautious of that, because as we know, my brain has problems with this. Left and right are... I know my left from my right, but my brain, if it remembers an image, forgets, you know, that I see the image mirrored, and so I always have to try and account for it, but then I end up with the almost reverse psychology stuff, you know, where it's like, well, would I have flipped that image in my head, or is there a good enough reference? Like, it doesn't happen if I, like, keep a picture of a bird in my head, because I have the distinct memory of the port and starboard side, and the markers there to show me, so I'm really quite ill. I'd like to get into these structures. I may be able to send that platform back up, but then I'm not sure I'll be able to get back out here without using booms. This might not even be the exit, but I think it is. I need to get back to that landing area. I could possibly jump there, but as I'm sickly, would it be a wise move? Go for it. Yeah, usually I'd have bridged across there, I think. These guys up here, so I wanna... Oh shit, where are you? Not sure where they are. Alright, there we go. No, it's my eyesight being crappy. No problem. We'll just continue this way then. So that's one way of getting your health back. It's so well done, this game, it really is. You know, it's just too good. There's too many games out there that don't have a heck of a lot of quality. Look where we are. Don't have that much quality, and yet, yeah, this is plenty of it. I don't think I'm going the right way here. Yeah, we had enough extra lives, so can get up there. I think, yeah, it's one of your potential sequence breaks, essentially, going up there, like earlier. As I say, you can completely break this level, it is doable. I just don't want to do it. fall off here. Get that pink outline again. It's definitely not supposed to be there. I wonder if it's my monitor. Like, if I don't see that in the recording, then it has to be the OLED screen. Getting it on the sights of the gun now. Well, there we go. It's one of the most memorable missions. Now, I need to check the recording real quick. Because there might be only one mission in this video, because it's a long one there. I suppose we better get out of the zone, though. It is a bit slower on this machine to load, because it is loading from the CD on here. Nowhere is safe from Catan's wrath. So yeah, we're on the Gromas Mines, the Blood Moon. The metal you found is called frick. It's a frickin' rare metal that they must be using for armouring the Dark Troopers. I tracked the known sources of frick and came across a selection of small moons in the Gromas system. It's probably not a coincidence that the Empire has a mining facility in that very system. Oh, now something I wouldn't mind trying to mine, if you know what I mean. Mission. We need to take out the facility to slow down the Dark Trooper project, no problem, and give us an edge over the Empire. At the main reactor there is an exchange coupling that leads to the central power grid. This sounds like strife. Place a sequencer charge in this coupling. Oh, now a coupling, I won't mind sticking a sequencer charge in, if you know what I mean. And it will cause the facility to explode. Yeah, it'll do something like that, yeah. Once the charge is laid, I was thinking something, oh, I'm getting lazy. Waste no time getting out of that. Yeah, that's just, you kind of got to be, ready to pull out, or else it gets quite expensive, love, if you know what I mean. You have to run to another star system and hope nobody recognises you. Locate the reactor and set the sequencer charge. Get back to the ship. So here we go. This mission's cool as well. Has its own fog pal. That last mission beat the hell out of you. This one does a little bit as well. So I would have probably taken a death at the start of this mission anyway, as I don't quite remember the layout. It is another one you can sequence break. You can actually bomb jump right at the start and get yourself, like, ahead somewheres. Am I allowed to say bomb? It pisses me off, like, the tickmark shitheads are allowed to, like, cuss in their titles and descriptions, and I'm not. If I write cuss words, it doesn't let me save. You can hear machinery. But yeah, you can see the game palette is different in here. Like, I think it's just a completely different, like, palette that it's loaded. Build can do this. You can actually do it in the middle of a level. Well, you can do it at any time. I'm surprised nobody's ever, like, made use of this sort of thing. It opens a door to quite a few cool things, as we can see from this game doing it here. I know there's a probe droid, I can hear it. Frame rate's not quite as smooth out here, is it? It's quite a broad area. Quite a bit of geometry in the middle there. I'm having trouble getting my cigarette to burn. If my speech is sounding like, sort of like weird and staggered, it's because I'm trying to get this cigarette to not go out. And I don't want to sit here clicking lighters because it makes editing a bit of a nightmare. She's like, yeah, I'll have it, fuck it. You just left it out for me, you idiots. What hit me? Not gonna hit me anymore. Oh yes. Well, I can hear all these machines running in. Some serious mining operations. I imagine the air on here been like really acrid, like, like burning at the back of your throat. Proper toxic atmosphere. Am I full on ammo for this? I'm not, so I'm guessing I'm just missing the power cells. We'll go back for those in just a moment. Is there a single one of these droids on that previous level, didn't we? Did you think early on that we were recycling music? Because there's its own variant of the music in here, as you've heard. There's like different little stings and stabs and, you know, incidents, loops. I always felt more games should have interactive music. It's one of the things I love in Banjo-Kazooie is the dynamic music that game has. The way it changes as you walk around the lair and areas of the levels in it. One thing this game could have done with is a turnaround key. Oh, it's a welder. Well, weld your fucking face. I can't remember what this is called, but it is designed for welding ships' hulls. Don't really matter, anything is a weapon when it's in Kyle Katarn's hands. Is this the exit? I think we're close to the exit up here. I mean, not that we need that yet, obviously, and I don't even think we can use it yet, but... ah, screw ya. That is, as you just saw, what lobware happens. I thought I was remembering a turret around here somewhere, now I know why. Didn't lob it enough. Sorry, I'm having trouble with the controls today, I'm not sure why. Just struggling a bit with them. Maybe I'm just getting old and shit. Anyway, I'm having the extra life and the shields and the pipe bombs. Look at that. Reimburses us. That's why I don't mind. It's like 2 slights against Doom in one spot. That's pretty cool. Well, I don't like that. We keep trying to stop where you are, and I've never listened to him once. Kyle Katarn takes orders from nobody. Kyle works for himself. And the reason he does anything for others is probably because it's convenient to him in the moment. Strange little thing. I wonder if this was where you were going to come down here originally or something. Odd. Yeah, if you want to risk falling down these drill holes, I think you can get ahead in the level if you're really careful, but I really recommend it. Oh shit, turrets. I don't want them. Go where? It's been mean. You see what I'm in there? You know, again, I know I've said this a few times now, but this weapon's magical. It solves so many problems. Let's go for this. It's probably a little better. Once I've done this, I'm gonna come and check the inventory and see if it has a name for that weapon. I'm sure it does, like, because I can't remember what it's called, but I know it's a welder. Yeah. Oh no, it's a cutter. It's not a welder. Imperial repeater rifle is the one that does the little blue balls. Geron fusion cutter. Oh, and it shows us, like, you know, what ammo type they take. I think that's what the EN and PO is. Like energy units, power cells. So it does ammo types, a bit like Doom. So it's a bit of a transitional phase, this game. The controls in it aren't perfect. Like, the jumping's a bit dodgy. You're a little bit sort of... You feel like you're slipping around a bit. It's one thing that Duke does exceptionally well, that very few games have been able to ever replicate, is just how well it controls. Like, you can get Duke to go exactly where you want him quite easily. Katarn here is a little more unruly, you know, he does tend to slip around a bit. Feels a little bit airy at times. You can get used to it. It doesn't control bad, but it sure could control better. Fucking hell, it's almost like they tested the game. Yeah, and that's our destination. We are going down there. They really have ramped the fog up in here, haven't they? You could just drop down there, but I'm not going to recommend that. But yeah, I am wondering if this engine uses the floating point unit, you know. I'm fairly sure there's people on this game who worked on Falcon 3, and that's one of the few games from like the early 1990s to use a floating point unit. So it makes you wonder, like, you know, I could test this. I could take the FPU out on like a 386 or something. Or I could swap between a 486 SX and DX when it has like a core that I know is identical to the ALU. Because if it does use the FPU, that's not documented anywhere. Like, it is believed to be, fixed point math only, like integers. Need the blue key. I'll get the blue key. I've got a blue-haired liberal woman's coming. Oh no! It's come and lecture you until you open up. How's that sound? The door just gives them, it's like, no, anything but that. You don't really see them around as much now, do you? You know, they've learned to disguise themselves. One of these does have a secret down it, I think. I think that back there is where we want to be, but we'll keep going this way for now, because I can't remember what's down here. Ah, it's not necessarily bad. We can probably... Oh shit. We can probably take these guys out from... Probably take these guys out from here. Yeah, there you go. Don't need another one, but might as well for good measure. And then that might make life easier for us later, if you don't blow yourself up in your fucking face, like I just did. I don't remember which one of these has that secret bit or how to get to it. Too concerned. There's the key, but it's not an easy jump, is it? We don't really want to be falling down here. Okay, I think we can just run that, but... There we go. It's not difficult. It's not unpleasant here, this game, you know. Again, if I end up losing a life here, I'm not going to feel like the game's fucked me over in all likelihood, unless it does something stupid. But generally, it's going to feel like I fucked up, like I just didn't play well enough. That's what I mean, it's okay to kill the player a bit, but it has to feel like it's the player's fault. Like, I'm just not good enough at it yet, or, you know, I should have fucking figured that, really. What a div, why did I try doing that? Obviously I don't want to stand though. I'm sure on the med a little bit off the side. I might be thinking of a different level. I might be thinking of Duke Nukem 3D, actually. Oh, revive. Excellent. I need it. Give me it. I'm going to use this gun for a little while. And again, I got more ammo in the other one. Yeah, I'm playing at a slower pace, as I've said a few times, so I don't mind. I'm happy to do it. You know, I love this game. That's my alt-fire mode, by the way. I love this game. Why would I want to rush through it? Yeah, main channel video is in the works. It's about done. Needs a couple of things done. And it is actually on about the performance of Doom versus Duke Nukem 3D. Which one is quicker? I expect some people are going to get a bit angry about it somewhere. Okay, I'm getting the knack of that again. Not quite. It's a bit tighter than the pipe bomb lob in Duke. And obviously I've had, like, a long time to get a feel for how Duke does it. rather than this game. Yeah, is that... Yeah, okay. Makes you use your controls, this game, doesn't it? Well, you got to use the look buttons and everything. Like, when they put the verticality in, they were pretty fucking confident in that they were going to utilise it. They were going to leverage that. Like, it's not just sort of there, like, oh yeah, we've got that now, just forget about it. It's, no, we designed levels around it. Don't you think this area, the Serpent Boss in Shadow Warrior, don't you reckon? Off. You know what? We'll use, I reckon this will probably finish it off pretty quick. It's not locking onto it. There we go. Ain't too bad. Yeah, don't you reckon? Shadow Warrior's Serpent Boss. It may just be coincidence that it's similar, but again, it seems a pretty safe bet that it took influence. It's quite an influential game, this, and it shows. And for good reason. I mean, it's, you know, it's a heck of a good game. Oh shit, man. See, I used to remember where all these were. But none of this feels like the game's fault, where I'm taking damage, and I could turn around, because I know enough to, it's shown me that central area, and just by it being a central area, it's quite obvious that's where I actually want to be, but at the same time, like, I have no gripes with coming over here and looking at what's going on, because I know the game's not going to punish me for this. It's not going to be like, ha ha ha, you didn't know in advance, so now you die. This game won't do that to me. It won't betray me like that. It may do in some spot or other, but generally it is established, no, we actually kind of want you to explore. We built these levels. Come and look at them, have a look around them. You know, play the game, do what you got to do. We're probably going to want this out, because...
Kyle and Jan, charge set, ready to clear.
I think I could actually just run now. But I don't think I'm going to, because what would be the fun in that? This bastard, and he's going to try and slice your face off. I'm a bit close on him here for doing this. Yeah. Now you see why we have all the tunnels and why it was worth clearing them out, because now I can retreat into them.
Jan, you better get me out of here. I think I just finished off a Dark Trooper. I don't want to find out if there are any more around.
Okay, Kyle. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, because then he'd get really angry, and he's worried about the sort of damage he might do if he gets that mad. I'm not sure how my commentary's going to be broken up in this, because I'm sure I've spoken over the lines a couple of times. And I give those precedent. Yeah. Oh, this is that weird timed shit, isn't it? I don't remember how it works. I think I'm overthinking what I'm about to have to do. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, so what I've got to do is I stand here and it's all going to start opening up, but as soon as I step past there, it's going to start closing the doors. Now you can't soft lock, but they all have like an exit, like switch or something. There is a way you can get out, you don't soft lock. But obviously if you fuck it up, you're going to have to do it a couple of times. We have the benefit of foreknowledge of how this works, so that's going to help us out quite a bit. How far can I lob these? Not far enough, but quite far. Are they all open yet? Can't quite tell. When I go with probably, I'm going to make a break for it. There you go. You see, it's closing up. And that's what it does. As soon as you step past the door, it starts closing. There's probably stuff to collect in there, I didn't really look. We are right now the entryway to the level. I'm just going to collect as much stuff as I can while I'm over here. But realistically, we could just ignore these guys and run away. And the game won't stop you doing that, if that's how you choose to play. As I've said, it has that. You can go in guns blazing, you can run away, you can employ stealth. We've seen most, if not all, of these approaches. I think the exit's the other way. Yeah, just wanted to check. There might be goodies. Oh, that's probably going to look pretty funny. This would look a bit like a pirate ship or something here. I don't know. What's his problem? It's a bit slow, that one. Do you think Star Wars has pirates, like, in its universe? I think it probably does. Anything that has space travel is going to have space pirates. I wonder if they have space truckers. That'd be good. I quite like that movie. I haven't seen that movie in years, actually. I have to watch that. Is this where I want to be? Maybe. You're in violation of Imperial law. Not my actions, but me. Me, as an individual. My existence is in violation of Imperial law. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of lag on my keyboard here. But I think it's the keyboard acting up again, rather than the game. Because it happens outside the game, you know, obviously I have been working with this machine with it having problems to diagnose what the problems actually are. Here we go. Jen's come to get us out of here. Fun mission. I think we got a cutscene now. Suppose I'll have to go back to uploading as Sundays at some point. I'll probably do that with whatever game I move into after this. Like, I'll keep this on Fridays because it's where it landed, and we'll just transition back into Sundays. Or, you know, whatever we play next. Cutscene time. Yep, I think that did it. I mean, he's wiped out, like, most of the planet. Can't mine the planet if there's no planet.
This contemptible excuse for an officer will no longer divulge any more information to that rebel, Kyle Katarn.
Katarn will not be as easy to deal with. He is very resourceful. More resourceful, it seems, than even your dark troopers.
I understand the threat, Lord Vader. Katarn was once an impressive Imperial officer, but he was weak and gave up on the struggle for our new order. I wouldn't put much faith in his abilities. Katarn will never come near this ship. My new hire will see to that.
Katarn will never come near this ship. I wonder how much he wants to bet on that. Let's remember those words, just in case. You know, you wouldn't want to look silly for making bullshit statements or anything, would you? Well, I think that'll do it for this one. But yeah, there's a couple of my favourite missions. I think it really is on these two missions where the game really shows kind of what it's about. And it was pretty impressive stuff, because we got to see what it can do with verticality and overlap and what the weapons can do. Like, all the weapons actually seem to be useful. You know, we got to make very good use of lobs and things like that in there. We got to make good use of the little sort of blue ball pew-pew weapon. The sort of hole-cutting weapon I find myself not using a lot. Just it doesn't... It sort of quickly gets surpassed by better weapons, basically. So that's maybe a little bit of an outlier. But it's not a bad weapon. I remember being fascinated by it, wanting to get it, because it's on one of the screenshots on the back of the box. But yeah, we'll read this mission brief next time and probably make more rude remarks. I'm going to have to get on with streaming at some point, aren't I? What the hell shall we stream? I've got a few ideas. Not sure I can do anything new, because I don't actually have any money left until next year. Nothing to worry about, but I just can't go, you know, throwing cash at things that I don't really need for a few weeks. Anyways, I'm Xeff. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and what PC shall we play on next time? Because I can't quite make my mind up on that. What shall we play on next time? I'll have to figure that out. I'll have to think.